What if I told you you could build a corporate website from scratch in just under 10 minutes? That too with zero coding knowledge. Want to learn more? Let's get started. I'm talking about Cursor AI. It is not just another AI tool that helps you to create a website. It builds clean websites from scratch where you give instructions in natural language, plain as English. What comes to your mind when you think about building a website, right? Learning some programming, HTML, CSS, whatnot, or even some tools like WordPress. But Cursor AI beats all of them. Even if you think about ChatGPT or conversational models, they just give you the code and then you have to create the file, you have to deploy the website. This is where Cursor is completely different. It starts from scratch and it takes care of everything, creating files, writing the code, to even publishing your website live. So there are three advantages when it comes to Cursor AI. One, it's absolutely free. Second, zero coding knowledge required. Third, you can learn everything with the power of AI, just like you have a personal companion who teaches you how to build a website. Over the next 10 minutes, I will demonstrate to you live how to build a corporate website from scratch, like promised. And I will also explain something called vibe coding, which is the latest trend with respect to AI coding. So if you want to learn more about vibe coding and see everything this in action, then watch the complete video. So let's get started. Okay, so the first step is to go to github.com. Now, in case if you do not have an account, you can create a free account with GitHub. I already have an account with GitHub, so I have logged on to my GitHub account, and this is my organization, ITversity. So once you are in your GitHub account, just go to repositories. So here you have all these repositories and you have to create a new repository. So this is where all the website files will be stored end of the day, right? So I'm just going to click on new repository and you can give any name for your repository. So I'm just going to call it as Cursor site. Okay, so it says it is available. It's Cursor site, and then just make sure this is public and just click on create repository. That's it. Pretty easy, right? So you just go to your GitHub account, create a repository, and now you should also have Git installed on your machine. Now I'm using a Mac and Git can be installed in Mac or Windows. So I already have Git installed on my Mac. Now just remember the name of the GitHub repo that you have created. It is nothing but Cursor site, right? And what I'm going to do is, this is my Mac terminal and I'm just going to create a folder with the same exact name. So I can simply say mkdir, that's make directory, and I'm going to say Cursor site. That's it. So you just create a folder with the same repo name, and then now you just navigate to this folder called Cursor site. So now I am inside this Cursor site, and if you go back to your page where you created the GitHub repo, you will see something like this: create a new repository on the command line. So basically you just need to copy paste these commands which will build locally whatever you need. So I'm just going to copy this, okay, and I'm going to head over, and this is where on my local Mac I have created the folder, and I'm just going to paste it and just hit enter. And that's it. So step number one done. Okay, so the next step is to visit cursor.com, because obviously you need to download and install this tool called Cursor AI, and then create a free account. So there is an option to sign in. You can click on this sign in, then it will ask you to create an account, and it is absolutely free. So create a free account with Cursor and then just download the tool. Now since I already have a Mac, it says download for Mac. You can very well download and install it for Windows. It is pretty straightforward. Now once you download it and install Cursor, open it, and it will look like this. Now if you have some experience with VS Code, then you will easily find at home with Cursor AI, because it is just like another flavor of VS Code. Everything looks very familiar to you. So once you open your Cursor, then you can just go to File, and there is this option called Open Folder. Now remember, we already created a folder with our GitHub repo name in our local machine. So you can just click on open folder and I can choose the folder that I have created on my Mac. Remember, our repo name was cursor site, so I can see the same folder in my home directory. I just click on open. Now cursor has opened that particular folder, which is initialized with our GitHub repo, and now we are ready to get started. Okay, so now let's get into the real action, building a corporate website. So how do I do this, right? So once you are inside cursor, since I'm using a Mac, I can simply press Command L. Now if you're using Windows, it is Control L, and you can see there is something called Composer. I can select the Composer, and below that you see Normal, and there is Agent. So once I click agent, I can ask the agent to do anything using simple plain English. Now let me give a prompt to the agent. I'm going to say, please set up GitHub pages based website for ITversity. The company name is ITversity Inc. The services we offer are training placement assistance. The locations are Dallas and Hyderabad. The courses we offer are Python for beginners, data engineering essentials. Just hit submit. And that's it. Nothing else is required. Now cursor will pick up this prompt and it says, okay, I'll help you to create the website. The beauty is it will create all the necessary files and place it in the right area. Now, while this is happening, let me talk a little bit about something called vibe coding. Remember I told you that we'll be talking a little bit about something called vibe coding, right? So how does this cursor AI turn plain English into flawless code so quickly? Now what happens under the hood, right? So the secret is called vibe coding. So it's a first of kind AI development philosophy that prioritizes context over syntax. Now unlike traditional AI tools that react to isolated commands, vibe coding lets the AI understand your intent holistically. Now you can see here, coming back to what we are doing, it is generating the code, and all I need to do is click on this accept button. So it says that, okay, it has created this, and I can simply say accept all. Nothing else is required. So talking about vibe coding, like I said, it's basically the AI style where it understands your intent holistically. It analyzes your project's purpose, design preferences, and even your conversation tone to generate code that align with your unique vision. So think about it like coding through empathy rather than coding through rigid prompts. So going forward, this is going to be the next big thing. Rather than sitting and learning complex syntax and code, you let your intent know to the AI and it will build everything for you. All right. So let's see what happens here. Now I have, the composer agent. It says, okay, I have created all this. I'm going to click on accept again. Okay. So as you can see, it has created this index.html file, styles.css file, all have been created. On the left hand side, you can see the code that it has generated, right? Now, let us do one thing. Let us test it, right? Now, I'm going to say, okay, please help me to test the site locally. Please do not make any changes to the directory structure because we want to publish this as a website. Okay, so I'm just asking, okay, it has created everything. I just want to test it locally. So let me just submit this second prompt and let's see what it says. Okay, it says it's going to start a local server, and this is the command. I can just run this command, and now you can see it started a local web server. All I need to do is go to this particular localhost 8000, and I should be able to see my site. Let's try that out, right? I'm going to say localhost 8000. Look at it. So the ITversity website is ready, right? Everything is ready. Have a look at it, right? It has built everything from scratch. Now you can see welcome to ITversity, our services, courses, everything it has created. Now if I go back here, I can just go to explore our courses, and it says there are 2 courses, Python for beginners and data engineering essentials. That's what we have asked it. And if I click on learn more for one of the course, you can see that we don't have a landing page for the course. If I click on any of these courses, let's say data engineering, learn more, there is no landing page. It directly takes us to the contact us. So we can fix it. So I'm going to ask cursor, can you create landing pages for all the courses? Oops, spelling mistake. Landing pages for all the courses. Submit this, and what it does is it creates the landing page for 2 courses, because we have Python for beginners and data engineering essentials. It will even adjust the existing files to accommodate the change. Another beauty is, see, we have absolutely no idea how to write the code. Imagine, right? And then you're developing this website. Now, when you want to push the website, even if you encounter some error, then it is going to help you to resolve that error. Now I can again click on accept. So vibe coding is not just, writing code, it's architecting an experience, right? So that's the difference that we have with vibe coding. And now you can see that it is creating the landing page for data engineering essentials course. So basically 2 files it is creating. It has developed for data engineering essentials as well. Let me accept it. And now it says, okay, let's update the index.html file to link to these courses. So it understood that these pages have to be linked. Let us accept it, and it has changed it. And let's add some additional CSS styles. So it's also going to have a styles.css file, right? So for these particular courses, it is adding that as well. And now this is created. Let's accept it. And now it says, okay, this is what it has done. So it always gives you this summary, and I really like it, right? So this is the course overview, navigation, and you can test the course here, and so on and so forth. Now let's test it again, right? I can go back to, my main course page here. Okay, explore our courses, and let me go to data engineering essentials. Now see this, it has created a beautiful landing page for this course. You have the duration, the format, certification, curriculum, everything. Now don't think like this is a templated thing. I mean, you can completely customize it. You can give it a prompt saying that, okay, this is what I want to be included in the data engineering essentials course, and it will design the page exactly following your instruction. Since this is a short demo, I just asked it to create it from its perception, right? So, but it has done a great job, I believe. So this is more or less what we offer as well. Great. So now let's go to the next step. So now the last step. Let's push whatever we have created, the website locally, to our online GitHub repo and host it as a website. So I'm going to give one more prompt here. I'm going to say, now help me in pushing this to GitHub. The repository already exists, and publish as a website using GitHub pages. I'm going to click on submit, and let's see what it says. So it says, okay, it is going to initialize Git and add this file. Let's run this command. And now it says, let's add all the new files, run this command. And let us commit the changes as well. So it's going to say git commit, and I'm going to run command. And now let us push the changes to GitHub. I'm going to run this command, and it is going to push the changes. So all the files are now being pushed. And now we can validate whether, this is actually live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my GitHub repo. So here is it. And I'm just going to check it here. And you can see all the files are available here. And this is what it has created, right? And now we have to host it as a website, right? To do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the settings of my repo, And on the left hand side, you have these pages. So I'm going to go to this GitHub pages, and there is an option called build and deployment. Now this is CI/CD, and even if you do not understand, it's perfectly fine. So you have this source here, deploy from a branch. I'm going to click this, and I'm going to choose something called GitHub Actions. I'm going to choose this. And now in GitHub Actions, you have something called GitHub Pages Jekyll. So I'm just going to click on configure. And now this is it, and I'm just going to click on commit changes. I'm going to say commit changes, and that's it, right? And now if I go to let's say the actions here, you can see there is a GitHub action now happening here, and ideally I should be able to see my website live. So let's again go back to this settings. I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to go to this pages, and this is where we have designed it actually, right? And we can test it. Let me go back to actions and let's see if it is running. Yeah, so the action is running. So the next step is just to validate the website, and we will be doing that. All right, let's go to the last step. So excited, right? Now, if I go to this actions here, you can see this action, the workflow has run. And now if I go to settings, and if I go to this pages, you can see here your site is live at this particular URL. So what I can do is I can simply click on this URL. Look at the URL. It is your GitHub repo name / cursor site. If I click on this, look at it. The site is live right now. I can just zoom in. Let me zoom in once more. Let's validate the site. Yes. So the same site, you can see the URL itversity.github.io / cursor site is live now. And we can just click on any of these courses, and we can see that even the course landing pages are there. And that's how within 10 minutes you are able to create a site from absolutely scratch. Now you can take this one step further. Let me go to github.com. Just a second, github.com. Okay. And once I go to github.com, let me go to this cursor site, which is what we have created now. And if I go to settings, and if I go to pages, right now the URL of our site is itversity.github.io / cursor site. So it basically has the repo name and all, right? Now you can even have this option of custom domain. Now if you have your own domain name, you can link it right here. And if you want to learn how to do it, you can just click on this URL, learn more about configuring custom domains. So that's the demo. Our site is live, all in just under 10 minutes. Okay, so the last thing that we want to try is to make some changes to our existing website. So let's first check the website. Okay, it is fine. And if I go to the courses, we have only Python for beginners and data engineering essentials. Let's try to add one more course, and let's ask Cursor AI, right? So I can ask here, okay, I would like to add one more course, which is Apache Spark and Databricks for beginners, along with the landing page. Let's see what it says. I'm going to submit this. And then Cursor looks at my prompt. It says, okay, first let's add the course card to the main index.html file. So it's going to generate it. And like I said before, all you need to do is click accept, nothing else. Okay, I'm going to click on accept. And let's see what it says now. So let's add a specific hero background style for the Spark course and CSS file. So it's going to generate the styles.css. That is also done. And all we need to do is again do an accept. And now let's see what it does. Now it's creating the landing page for the Spark course. By the way, Apache Spark and Databricks for beginners is a great course. You should check it out in our Udemy page. I will add the link in the description. So it is just generating this, and again, you know, all you need to do is click on the accept and nothing else. I think the landing page is almost done, and then we have to also push it to the online repo, right? So first we are creating this locally, and then we are going to push it as well. Okay, accept. So that part is done. Finally, let's update the contact form to include the new course. So we have a contact form, so there also it will be included. Applying the changes, accept. And we are done, almost done, right? And now, so it says, okay, everything is done. What do you want me to do? So we can say, I can say that, okay, now push these changes to the online Git repo so that my live site is updated with the new course information. That's what I want. Submit. Let's see what it says. And it says, I'm going to help you to push it. Okay, fine. Let's check the status first. Now let's add all the changes files. I'm going to run this command. And now let's commit these changes as well. So it is generating the command. I'm going to run this. Finally, we're going to push the changes. I'm going to run this, and it is pushing it. Now the beauty is it has done this. And now if I go back to my Git repo, let me just go back to my Git repo, which is here. And if I go to my actions, you will see that a new action is automatically created. You don't have to do this every time. So there is a deploy Jekyll with GitHub pages dependencies. This is reflecting the new changes that we have made, and you can see that now it is queued. So now this will be in progress and complete, and the changes will be done. Let's wait for a second and get back. Okay, I had to pause the video for a couple of seconds since the workflow was running, and now you can see this workflow is complete. And you see, I didn't even test it locally. I'm so confident with this tool. So let's see whether it actually made any difference. It should be available online now. And let me refresh here. And now see this, in the courses, you have Apache Spark and Databricks for beginners, right? And then if you click on view course details, you have even the landing page for this course. One bonus tip, I have also done one more thing. Let me show you. If I go here, look at this. I have added these stunning, visuals or images to the website as well. So how do you do this? That's a surprise. I would request you to figure it out, right? Even if you go to a course page, you should have these stunning visuals. Have a look at this. So these were again added by the same tool, Cursor AI. With a simple prompt, you can say that, okay, please add professional images to my website, and it will do it. Now I request you to try it and see by yourself. So that's how you can build a complete professional corporate website from scratch. Let me know what you think about it. Like the video, share it with your friends, and pour in some valuable comments. I also want you to try this and experiment with Cursor AI. Now check out our YouTube channel, the ITversity YouTube channel, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so. We come up with a lot of tech content like this time to time. So please do subscribe, and I'll see you in next video. Thank you.